So I want to welcome everybody here. Thank you for coming. But also, this was named one of the PACE Alumni Days. There's only a couple events that were designated Alumni Days. They asked if we could do that, and I said, sure, of course, would be happy to as an alumni myself. And then when I looked at the date, I realized this is exactly 35 years from when I graduated PACE. So I found my old yearbook. I was going to put a picture up there, but it didn't look too good. So aside from welcoming the alumni and students, faculty, administration, visitors from the outside, I wanted to do a special welcome for the two classes. We have Professor Niso about Finance 634, which is Entrepreneurial Finance class. Do we hear a cheer from you guys? Are you here, or because class starts at 6:10? Maybe they're not. Okay, we got one. And how about Professor Ram Knesset's Management 216, Venture Initiation Entrepreneurship? Okay, we got two. All right, very good. So let me also, of course, welcome and thank the judges. We have 4 judges tonight. And I'm going to ask each of them, as soon as I'm done with the introduction, turn over. So to start, I'll ask the judges to briefly introduce themselves and their firms. And after the pitches, the judges are going to, while we take a 15-minute break, the judges are going to pick the first, second, and third place winners. And after that break, they'll come back and provide some general comments on either a specific pitch or pitching in general. And then we'll quickly announce the third, second, and first place winners, take a few pictures, and then have time for networking. So we also, in addition to the judges, obviously have to welcome the finalists who are willing to come up here. There was a competitive process. They had to submit their concepts, and we were fortunate to have quite a number, not only quite a number of pitches, but quite a number of good pitches this year. And it's also nice that we have a number of different schools here, Leuven, Seidenberg, Dyson, etc. So here's the 9 teams, who obviously you'll be hearing from shortly. The basic rule is each individual or team has 3 minutes exactly to make their pitch. When the 3-minute timer rings, we haven't got a timer. You get the signal you can finish your sentence, and that's it. And the rule was the pitch has to be an original concept created by the presenter, and it's open to current students and recent alumni of PACE. In the past, we've opened it up to a lot of schools, and we've had competitors from Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Stanford, Columbia, MIT, NYU, but we've been going back to PACE, or at least one team member has to be from PACE. So the agenda is we've had the registration and networking, and there was some good food, and I'm glad to see that was enjoyed. We'll do a quick welcome, my quick introduction, then we'll move to the judges. And then the 9 finalists will make their pitches, 9 times 3, 27 minutes, and about half an hour, about another half hour to answer questions the judges may have. There's no need for each judge to ask each contestant a question, but they're welcome to ask questions. And in some instances, all 4 judges may have a question. In some instances, no judges may have a question. As I said, we'll have that short break. I wish I could say we're going to replenish all the food for you, but sorry, we're not. And then as soon as the judges pick the 3 winners, I'll ask you all to come back, and we'll have a quick comment from the judges, announce the winners, take some pitches, and then there's networking time. So not only to get, talk to the finalists, talk to the judges, and each other. So as it's the 14th year, I just thought I'd very quickly recap the highlights from the years. Started here in 2004. You can see we're in this room. This is the judging panel. The guy in the middle, Clarence Jones, was an neighbor. He's Martin Luther King's speechwriter and attorney. It was great to have him here. The second year, in 2005, we had David Orrick from the Orrick Vacuum Cleaner. That year there was a snowstorm Both classes were canceled and PACE was shut down, but because we held it in the Schimmel Theater, we went on. Every single contestant and judge made it. Then we had Steve Hindy, the founder of the Brooklyn Brewery, speak, and that year Majora Carter, a MacArthur Genius Draft winner, also spoke. In 2007, David Bornstein, who wrote the book How to Change the World, a groundbreaking book for social entrepreneurship and a book about the Grameen Bank, came in. It was great to have him speak. 2008, we had Gurbash Jahal. He started 4 companies, 2 of them with $1 billion valuation. His family immigrated here with $25 in their pocket, having won a Visa lottery. Speaking of the Grameen Bank, in 2009 we had Iqbal Kadir, who was the founder of Grameen Phone and helped with the Grameen Bank. You may know the Grameen Bank. Mohammed Yunus won the Nobel Peace Prize for that effort. In 2009 we also gave out over $50,000 in cash prizes. This was $25,000 for a new business concept. That's someone from Fordham and from PACE, Amanda and Daniela, and that's a company she sold, I don't know for how many millions, but to Wedding Wire. The concept was introduced here and it became successful and exited through a trade sale. Then in the social venture category, we gave $25,000 to Egg Energy. That's a team out of MIT and Harvard, and they're going strong and have been featured in both universities' magazines. And in 2011 was an exciting year for education. I don't know if you recognize on the left side is Sal Khan, the founder of the Khan Academy, which is, you know, a tremendous site with millions of visitors. Education for everyone for free. The guy in the middle is the president of the IBM Foundation, Stan Litow, who is the deputy chancellor of New York City Schools. And the guy on the right, Harold Levy, was the chancellor of New York City Schools and a member of PACE's board of trustees. And the 2 of them, the chancellor and the deputy chancellor, said no one has changed education more than Sal. So it was a real privilege having him here. Quick highlight, 2012, after having all these other schools, we decided everybody would be a PACE alum. So all the judges, we can see Ruben, all of them, the judging panel are PACE alums. Not only that, but the faculty you see, Jean Capola and Rebecca Tekula are also PACE alum, and as I said, so am I. I put this one in 2013 because this young man, Kumash, pitched an idea, SAI. He didn't win first, second, or third place, but I'll show you the next slide. The next year, Kane Sarhan came and spoke. He's a PACE alum, the founder of Institute. And I'll tell you something about him and Kane. But in the following year, Kumash developed a new idea in the Entrepreneurship Lab and introduced it for the first time at the pitch contest. And this last year, he was named to Forbes 30 Under 30. And I'd like you to read the last line of the bio. Accern is anticipating a $100 million valuation in 2018 quarter 1. So they're doing quite well. I think he has 30 employees, a half a dozen PhDs on his staff. And then 2016, we had David Arabov speak. He's founded a company called Elite Daily. If you've heard of it, sold it for something around $30 million to the Daily Mail. And I just wanted to point out with some of those faces you saw, the Forbes 30 Under 30, not only Kumash, who I mentioned, and David Arabov were named to Forbes 30 Under 30. Kane Sarhan, who I mentioned, was named to 30 Under 30. Asher Levine, who entered the pitch contest in like 2006, graduated. His work was just at the Museum of Modern Art. He's a fashion designer. He used to come to my class in crazy outfits, but he's designed outfits, 2 for Lady Gaga, will.i.am, Bruno Mars, Demi Lovato, Taylor Swift. If you see Bad Blood with 2 billion views, those are his outfits. We had 2 people from Dyson and 2 people from the School of Ed, all named. These are all PACE alums on Forbes 30 Under 30. And speaking of Forbes, if you Google Forbes Man of Mystery, you're going to find another PACE alum, someone who graduated 35 years ago. And then last year, We had Stan Spiegelman talk, and I just put that in because if you go across the block to the Beekman Hotel, it's incredibly impressive. He's the one who was in charge of the construction, redoing it, and he gave a great talk about what it took to do that.